Leo, talking about Leo. Welcome to Joe's Astrology. We're going to figure out how to calculate your life path, Leo. And there's more to being a Leo than just Leo. So I'm going to use a celebrity's birth chart here. We're going to switch over to that. We're going to use that to determine how we can find out more about your life, Leo. So here we have Tom Brady. And I was a little bit hesitant to do this one or to use his chart because this is where it gets a little difficult to interpret and it gets interesting. But I think I got it down. So if you've watched some of my other videos here, you can see some of them are easy, some of them are a little bit more complicated. So Leo, we can see here he's a Leo. And his sun there is in the 10th. And everyone knows Tom Brady as being this winning football player. And of course, that kind of goes with Leo because, winning football players, star football players, quarterbacks, they are center stage. They are in front of people. They are expressing themselves probably the most of anybody on a football field, the quarterback. So that works really well with the Leo sun. And that's what everyone sees. But we're going to look at Pluto, where he's coming from. This is where you're going to really see what Tom Brady's life is really about. You can see the Pluto in the 12th. That's where he's coming from. And that is the Pisces house. He's a dreamer. He has a dream. You could say he's a performer. I think that's the biggest part is that he's a performer. He likes to perform. And that goes with the Leo. It definitely goes with the Leo. But at a soul level, he is this is what he's interested in. This is what he is. So we can look at the South Node. Where is he coming from? Pluto in the 12th, South Node is in the 6th. Now that's the opposite. This is where it gets interesting. That's the opposite of the 12th. So how is he coming from the 12th and the 6th? It doesn't really go together. As we could look at maybe some people I know that have the Pluto in the 12th and they have their South Node in the 9th. That kind of goes more, that makes more sense, we could say, than this opposition. So what is the South Node in the 6th? Well, it's work, it's health, employment, details, routines. And the South Node is also in Aries. And the moon is there. So we can look at this 12th and look at this South Node and say, what kind of work is he doing coming into this life? And the work that he's doing is American football, to be a football star. See the moon there, it's in Aries, Mars, Aries, athletics. The ruler is Mars. It's in the 8th here in Gemini. This is where he's coming from. So we see that he's already bringing that into this life with this moon South Node. This moon South Node in Aries. But for what reason? Well, the reason is to come back to this 12th house Pluto and do what he really wants to do. And that's where we see the North Node. Where's he headed in this life? North Node, Pluto. Because Pluto is with the North Node, this is the direction he's really intended to go. And that is what we see. So it's almost as if you could say that this angle here, this opposition here, is happening so that he can be a performer. It's almost like, why did he become a football player? Because he needed to bring that into this life, this athletic expression, so that he could do what he really wants to do, which is be an actor. And that's what you see now. You see he's a commentator. He's on all kinds of commercials. I don't know, maybe he's been in some movies, but he's as soon as he was done with football, it was right into the acting scene, right into the performing scene. And this is what we're going to see as Tom Brady's life continues. We see that ruler of the South is Mars, and it's in Gemini, being someone who's able to put on different masks, as I said, commentator, a talker, someone's good with his words. The North Node ruler is Venus. It's with Jupiter. It's in the ninth. This idea of being a larger than life figure, a traveler, a big name, a successful person, a lucky person. This is all what Tom Brady really is. Everything we've seen up until now has the purpose of really getting him to express himself on a soul level. Not everyone gets to do this, by the way. Get rid of this North Node Pluto, and put some more stuff here in the sixth. Put the North Node somewhere else, the South Node somewhere else, more planets on the South Node, and you might get someone who doesn't feel like they're expressing themselves at a soul level. So let me kind of break that down and bring that back. We have the 12th house and the 6th house, the opposition, the Pluto, the opposition of Pluto. We have the North Node with Pluto, the South Node. A lot of 6th, 12th house activity. And everything else is really just supporting that. The Sun in the 10th in Leo, Saturn in Leo in the 10th. That's him being seen as someone who's authoritative, a leader, someone who's known in the public, has a career. This is all supporting what he really feels deep down at a soul level, what he wants to do. It supports him being a performer. This Jupiter Venus, this ruler of the North. The ruler of the chart, Libra rising, Venus, Jupiter in the ninth, really just supports that North Node Pluto. Let's say that those planets were, say, somewhere else. Let's say they were in the fourth, in Aquarius. Maybe he would be more on the internet, and that would support him being a performer. He's out in the open. This is the ninth. All these planets up here, 9th, 10th, he's out in the open. He might do work on the internet, but that's not, Tom Brady isn't a guy that needs to use the internet to be out in the public. And we even see this South Node being ruled by Mars, making a sextile to the Moon and the South Node in the 8th. The 8th, the Scorpio house, also ruled by Mars and Pluto, very much associated with athletics and high performance athletics. One more thing I want to add, and this is the last thing I'm gonna leave you with, is that he also has Neptune on the 3rd house cusp. And that's, again, this idea of Pisces being ruled by Neptune being a planet of performing arts. We see it's making a sextile to his North Node. This is also supporting him and giving us, even as reading a chart, it's giving us evidence and clues to see that this is the direction that he's going to be moving into this life, and that he should embrace it. Someone like Tom Brady, it's easy to embrace, but for us normal people, it's not always easy to really understand and to really embrace what we feel inside, especially if you're working at a soul level. So I want to reiterate that if you are watching this, and that's what we can do with astrology. We can really help people move into their life purpose. So I hope this helps you, and have a great day.